My name's Kylie McKavanagh, I'm 25, I'm moderately deaf and I wear hearing aids. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Brighton Seagull, Brighton's newest local news publication. I've worked in journalism for several years. I used to work at a local paper and I just thought, I don't like a lot of these different things about different newspapers. I think I could do a better job. And my partner was like, yeah, I think I can do a better job too. So together we made the Brighton Seagull. I think with diversity schemes and people actively wanting to hire disabled people, it's getting easier and easier. But the easiest thing is just making your own. You don't need any special qualifications to be a journalist. There's news everywhere. You can go out and just talk to anyone and find out something interesting about them. Everyone's got a story to tell. Knowing that there are other disabled people who are journalists. I started out actually as an entertainment journalist. I was a live music editor. I went to gigs all the time and people were like, you're deaf, how can you do that? It was tricky at first, and then I met this woman, she was also deaf, and we just had a big chat about our hearing, and it just meant so much to meet someone else who was in my position, but a bit further on in their career. The first time I interviewed my favourite band, actually being confident enough to set up all the equipment, to have a face-to-face conversation with them in a really busy venue. There was so much going on and I thought, will my hearing aids be able to keep up? Will I be able to keep up? I didn't want to embarrass myself in front of this band I'd loved for years. It was absolutely fine, it went really well. And I was really proud of myself. It felt like my biggest interview to date. Second highlight was when I got my NQJ, and I was so proud to have done it, mostly because it involved getting my 100 words a minute shorthand, and there was no getting around not having shorthand. You had to be able to listen to something someone was saying and write it down at speed, and I am constantly mixing up words people say. Because of my hearing loss, I was explained that the first thing you lose when you start losing your hearing is consonants. And so I'm in the vowel range, which means I mishear things quite badly sometimes. And I would get these sheets of shorthand notes back and it would just be the completely wrong word, because it made sense to me, but I thought I would never get my NQJ because I thought I'd never get my 100 words a minute. And then I did get it. One misconception I had is that I thought I will never be able to work in an open plan office. There is no way. The first time I went in, it was so loud and there was so much going on. And then as soon as I got some noise cancelling headphones with a good microphone on them, all changed. It meant I could just block everyone else out. It meant I could actually stay focused. Probably the last misconception I had is that there wouldn't actually be any help. That I would just go into a job and they would expect me to be able to do everything the same as people who are hearing. But that's not the case at all. I don't have to make phone calls if I'm not able to make them. And there are, ways to get around things that hearing people might have never even considered could be a problem for someone. Part of me was worried that I kind of had to say all of the problems I had and all of the access arrangements I needed in this one moment, and then there would be no chance ever again. But actually, as things come up, I can just say, I need help with this. And someone will go, cool, we can sort that. I think one of the biggest challenges I faced in my career being deaf is just not being taken seriously and just being underestimated. And people saying that I couldn't do things because I'm deaf. Being deaf doesn't have to stop you from doing anything. If you want to do something enough, then you'll find ways to do it and you'll find ways to overcome your problems. And the way around that is just, keep doing it and prove people who say you can't do it wrong, and, be successful in your career, and then they'll realise, oh yeah, deaf people can do things, it turns out.